bankruptcy. And so I think it's a business decision. They're pivoting. They're appeasing. Whether you think that's a good thing or not, I think they're making that change so that they don't get sued into oblivion. There's so many of these Glocks that already exist. There's so many Glock clones that exist that are not being sued at the moment. That's probably going to be a different conversation for a different day. And I kind of think too, when the V series comes out, that somebody is going to figure out a way to turn that into a full auto. Somebody's going to figure out a way to make a switch for that. And that'll be another battle or another fight for another day. But I think realistically, Glock is just surviving. I think they're surviving. I think there's going to be Glock fans that are just going to stay loyal to it, and they're probably going to get their government contracts. I don't think this is going to put them under. But the biggest thing for me, and this is where I'm trying to get everybody's opinion. Like, do you think going out and buying every Glock Gen 2, 3, 4, and 5 right now is going to be some sort of financial investment for you to sell it for $1,200 at a gun show in 2 years? You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at. I think it's a business decision. I'm right down the middle of the road. I could take it or leave it. I really don't care. I don't think I'm going to panic buy. I don't think I'm going to hold on to it and try to say it's a valuable gun in 2 years. Because I think there's so many of them out there in the Glock clones that aren't even being sued yet. Will pick up that slack. So I don't know, Nate, what do you think?
It's hard to say because on one hand, like as a business owner, I kind of understand why Glock is doing this. But as an American and a 2A supporter, I think this is kind of a cowardly move. And not cowardly, but the easy way out for sure. You're definitely not putting up a fight. To me, I think you're right. I think it's going to just present a challenge for some smart people out there to come up with a way to make a V-Series full auto. That's going to be something that, I mean, look at all the varieties of ways we can make an AR
exactly
go bang quickly,
And is that next on the chopping block? And really, should we put should we be upset at Glock for pivoting and not getting sued into an oblivion, or should we be upset at these 16 different states and cities?
Yeah.
That's where I kind of go, where should we put our anger? And I think the states and the cities that have taxpayer funded attorneys, these are going to be attorney generals that are completely backed by the tax dollar. They're not going to lose sleep over it. Where Glock would have to fight each 16 states and cities, they would have to fight them individually with their own private money. So, and again, the example that I would point to is Remington. Nobody would have thought Remington would have gone bankrupt, right? Like nobody saw that coming. Remington had existed for so long, and yet it still happened. And nobody really, I don't think there was as much of a uprising about it as there should have been. So to me, also the other thing too is Glock is a European company. It's not American. So there's something there, I guess. But I think if you're going to be mad at the 16 states and the cities.
Well,
but that's my opinion.
Yeah. The people I'm not mad at, but I'm kind of disappointed in is, where's the NRA? Where's the GOA? Like, why Why aren't these guys immediately coming to support? I haven't heard anything about anybody trying to help. I wonder if they just saw them go, okay, I'm going to roll over and show my belly, and they're like, well, that's a lost cause. If they're not going to fight, we're not going to help. So I really wish they would come out with a statement of why they're not immediately going, well, this is unconstitutional. This is just stupid. The problem I've always had with the left is they think that the people doing these bad things with these things are stupid. And it's like, the second you start thinking criminals and just bad people are dumb is immediately when, you start shooting yourself in the foot. You start taking the opportunities to defend against stupid people out of smart people's hands.
Yeah. I just keep kind of going back to, like, who cares? It's a Glock. It's not like they've really changed the gun in 20 years. So
They haven't had to.
Like, maybe this might actually be like a cool innovation time. Who knows where the Glock comes out with a completely new model of firearm.
And we've been hearing that a lot too. Like, they haven't changed anything in 20 years, right? And you kind of go, well, like, what should they change? And you look at PSA, who's making the Glock clones, and you can order it in just any configuration that you want, for under $400. Like, you're gonna tell me, Glock, that if you port your slides and your barrels or offer a threaded barrel or something, that you need to add $200 to that cost somehow? You know what I mean? Like, PSA just proved you wrong. You don't need to jack up these prices, and Glock never offered these like performance pistols. They could have gone that direction. There should be 15 different variants of the Glock 19.
Yeah,
like in each gen. So, yeah, like you said, maybe that's what comes out of this. Maybe Glock figures out that they could be doing a lot of things different, and they could be a little more successful instead of trying to, appease these states.
I mean, over the years, I've seen pictures, but I'd love to see what a Glock AR looks like. I'm so curious. Like, what's a Glock AR gonna look like? And could you imagine Glock making a 9mm PCC? That's Glock mag compatible. I mean, I don't see why that wouldn't be a hit, a winner.
Right.
It surprises me that they've only stuck to the pistol game.
Right. I agree with you. I think that would have been such a natural transition, especially when PCCs got real popular. But again, we're not. I don't know. It's a European company. Like,
it's funny because like every PCC manufacturer out there uses Glock mags. Right. It would seem like Glock would want to capital. Like, who the hell's working at Glock? Who the hell's working over there? Like, who's coming up with their ideas on how to make money? Seriously? Okay. I mean, I'm certain also that there is some kind of monetary value and funding from the government for Glock to, seed like this. And I'm sure that they're getting something in return. They've got to be.
Right.
Because it's a business move decision.
Yeah, somebody in the comments asked, are Glocks selling like hotcakes? Well, I just checked.
And you can't get one.
Because there are none available.
There's none available. The day I heard this, I looked, they were all gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
I checked Xander's, RSR, Davidson's, Chattanooga Shooting Supply, the Shooting Warehouse, Sports South. Nobody had a single Glock available.
Right.
So don't.
I mean, there were those one-off, like, if you want one that looks like the like the Gadsden flag, you know, but you're going to pay $200 more for that,
Yeah.
you know. But real quick, this I kind of agree with this from random. Austrians really know their lane, and their law enforcement contracts rule over common people. Shaking my head. Yeah, I kind of feel like probably why the innovation hasn't always been there is they just stuck to the government contracts, and they just kept pumping out what they wanted, and they didn't need to innovate. You know,
let's be real. They didn't really have to.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I don't like Glocks because my hands are too big for them, and they love the taste of my blood. And but I still think people should train with a Glock. It's the most selling handgun in the history of the world. And if you pick up a Glock 44 and a Glock, what's the 10 mil?
Oh, 20.
Yeah, the Glock 20. All the functionality is exactly the same. The feel is the same. The Glock 20 is just slightly bigger. I
was gonna say if they're gonna work on rebranding, I think now's the time to change their models. Like, so I don't have to think like call Glock 10 a 10 mil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why can't they make that easier? But real quick,
But they are keeping the small frame.
Yeah,
43 and 48X, right?
43, 43X, 48, and I think the 42 is also a slim frame.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're keeping those. Nothing's changing with those because, of course, they're not getting sued over that.
Right.
You know, but and also, so I've talked about it so much, Nate. I can't remember what you were here for, but so they're changing. You know, here's a Glock trigger. They call this a cruciform, which is literally the definition is it's cross shaped, but Dustin would call it
it's a sear.
It's a sear, and so they're changing that, and then they're going to change the back plate on the slide, and then they're putting in their performance triggers. And I think the biggest difference you're going to get out of those performance triggers is instead of cleaning your Glock every 5,000 rounds, you're going to clean it every 500 rounds because that trigger is going to get filthy and sticky and not work. So, but real quick, the next 170 just gave a gift of $4.99 and says that Glock rests on its laurels, always has. So for the gift, we give you a yeet. So 3, 2, 1.
Yeet.
Yeet. So yeah, good point. Next 170.
Good morning, Sassy.
Yeah, Sassy. Sassy says good morning, Dustin, by the way. We got past it. Yeah, and the sights, so people keep bringing that up too. Like, are they going to change the sights? I think so, if I remember right. Like, but I can't remember what exactly they're changing to.
Fibers, please. For the love of God.
Probably not.
Probably not.
So yeah, I'm more right down the middle on this because I could take it or leave it. I own Glocks. I don't feel like I'm gonna sit on them and try to move them in 2 years or whatever. But I can just as easily go to these Glock adjacent models and the clones and that the Grizzly, but like the Springfield Echelon that came in, that's a solid handgun.
Yeah.
And PSA was selling them on a killer deal, and you get a bunch of bags and stuff that comes with it and an optic. So I mean, there's a ton of other options out there. So if this really bugs you, just don't buy them. Don't support them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, exactly, right? Like, there's so many aftermarket Gen 3 Glocks out there available that they're not going to stop making those. So it's not. I mean, the only person it affects is Glock
right now. I think until, and I mean that's kind of like the one good thing about like how dumb the Democrat ran states are. Like, they're not gun people. So I don't know if they've realized like the clones can do the same thing, but at some point they're probably going to figure it out, and then you're probably going to see a discontinuing of those models as well.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
There'll be someone from our side that tips them off too.
I have one of
They're
those.
just so dumb. They should do the same thing.
yeah,
Like, where do you? I'm an FFL. I'm a gun dealer. Where do you get a switch?
what happened?
What's going on?
Ready access. Switch votes.
Nate's glitching out.
Max Headroom over there.
Hear me?
You were glitching out. Say it one more time. Oh, yeah, he's frozen. Nate, did your internet go out? Uh-oh. Cigar nerds. Glock vagina model.
We lost Nate.
He'll be back. Billy Bob, this is a collab I didn't see coming. I wonder if you were being facetious.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's a lot better. I'm sorry, you asked something about ordering.
I asked something about ordering.
You said ordering like a Switch, or
Oh yeah, like I'm an FFL. You're an FFL.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have ready access to switches?
No, because they're illegal.
Where do you even find a switch? Like, I don't even know where you would find one.
Guys 3D print them.
I see.
So at least I've never seen one in person. That's my understanding, that they were being manufactured somehow, whether it was through 3D printing or somebody was making parts, like just showed you how to do it, kind of a thing. Like I don't think there was like a manufacturer of switches that was.
So I can manufacture a switch because I'm a Type 7 O2 SOT2, so I can manufacture a switch. So I could 3D print one if I wanted to. But like, I have no desire. I have no desire. I mean, that's just a waste of ammo. Number one, you've done it once. Okay, that's fun. Next. I do, however, like my Apex performance triggers binary trigger for my Glock. That's fun. That's a fun little trigger.
Yeah, we use the G-Flex trigger in ours. Yeah, I mean, you tune that thing in, and I mean, it's just fun. It's not like you're gonna go put that in your everyday carry.
No, you're not going to shoot IDPA with that.
Yeah. So, and we talked about that last night. Dustin got a phone call from a guy, and he said, Dustin says to the guy, "Well, I don't know why you'd want that in there anyways, because nobody can hit shit with it." You know, and then the guy, of course, is like, "I don't know, I do pretty well with full auto." In a pistol? Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. These chuckle nuggets that think, "Oh, I shot a full auto AR, and I was pretty good. I could do a pistol." No, bro, you have 3 points of contact with a rifle. You have 2 points of contact, and you know he's probably one of the guys that lets his offhand slip off the bottom of the gun because he's teacupping.
Unless you're Nate and you've got a horizontal foregrip, not a felon.
Not a felon.
Billy Bob, no, I really didn't expect to see two of my favorite gun store channels collab. LOL. Billy Bob, I just say that because of how many times we collab. It's all.
Yeah, we do. Well, some people I think are just now seeing that and realizing that.
Well, of course, because YouTube's been a real bear lately.
Yeah.
But Billy Bob, thank you. We appreciate you being here and appreciate the support. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this is kind of a good point from J Devil. So strange. Sig denies issues. Everyone piles on him. Glock admits issue. Everyone piles on. People complain Glock doesn't innovate. Glock innovates with new guns. People complain. You can't win with these people. I kind of agree. And I mean, we were kind of doing a comparison between Sig and Glock last night. And Sig basically just ignored the issue. And then everybody else was the problem. And they didn't address it. And they just said, nope, you guys are the problem. You're not using it right. And I don't know. I mean, that doesn't seem to have really hurt Sig. I think Sig is maybe they're just not pumping out as many 320s, but all their other models are still going strong. So it really hasn't hurt them. But this is like for Glock, this is the entire company. This is the entire product line for the most part, except for the slim lines.
And when it comes to Sig, I just go back to
beards.
Snow.
You like those diamond sights? That's cool.
I always go back to Lee Snow and describing how he made one work. He's like, you goose the trigger and then you squeeze down on the slide. I'm like, who's gonna do that?
Yeah.
Like, if I hit a gun hard enough in the back, it's gonna go off.
Right.
You know, or if I hit it hard enough in a specific direction, it's gonna go off.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, switches are range toys for people with SOTs and or a lot of money and criminals.
Yeah. And again, this is where we're letting so these states that are suing Glock, how about you clean up your own house first? How about you take care of the violence in your inner cities? Why don't you take care of that before you start going after the gun company that, by the way, is not producing Glocks with switches? Somebody else is putting that on there. Jay Irish, speaking of 3D printing, do you all think it will ever get to the point where it'll take over traditional manufacturing? No, I don't think so.
I've always said anytime you laminate two things together, that's a failure point. And I know people are like, well, no, I have this special stuff in the... Shut up. It's a failure point. It's, unless you're melting all the plastic down and it's fusing together on a molecular level, it's still laminated and it's still a failure point. Because all it takes is one air bubble in the wrong place, and then you're going to eat your slide. So
yeah. Riley says opinions on the TX22 with the Freedom Fingers FRT. I honestly the attention that's getting. I imagine they're going to be in the crosshairs of somebody like this. Like it'll end up, even though it's a 22. I'm pretty sure it's going to end up in the crosshairs of some Democrat attorney general. So they're cool. I like watching the videos, but it's kind of in the same realm as this, right? Like putting a switch or a binary trigger in your Glock. Like, yeah, that's cool, but it's not entirely practical. So it's just a toy.
Yeah.
Josh says, "What's up, Nate? Good to see you back online."
What's up, Josh?
Here in Brazil, we use a Glock with an extended magazine and iron sights. Yeah. Daniel, hey, don't hate on teacupping. That's how the Master Chief shoots his Magnum pistol
in Halo.
I never played the game.
Jessica just put in Daniel defense.
Yeah.
I don't have one to sniff.
Maybe my hat. I'm wearing a Daniel defense hat.
Oh, okay. Brass and Beards says, "Yo, sup, nasty."
Sup?
Let's see, Remarkable Baker. This is the first stream that I got notifications for in a while. So, Nate, you and I didn't really get a chance to chat about it. I got some opinions. We'll have to talk after this, but I kind of feel like some of the changes that I've made on my end has got me in good graces with YouTube. So after I've made a couple of changes, it seems like people are getting our notifications more.
Still getting a false positive. So.
Yeah, we're still getting false positives from the AI scanning software, but we get that overturned. So I mean, it's still an uphill battle. But I mean, really, everybody, if you don't, if you're not subscribed to Nate's channel or my channel, go subscribe. If you are subscribed and you're not getting notifications, you got to make sure you go over, click on the bell, and hit all notifications. It's still not 100% guarantee, but that's going to be the best way that you get our notification. So I'm glad to hear that you got notification for it. So Brass and Beards, you made me want to get those diamond sights. ATI, baby. Turning 21 here in a couple of days. Best advice for carrying, as well as favorite guns and holsters for it. That's Trigger Vlogs. Trigger Vlogs. There's some questions that got to get answered, but I think the first and foremost is, where do you live? What state are you in? Because you can't, as soon as you turn 21, you can't just start carrying here. You have to have a permit.
I was open carry, but that's dumb.
But that, yeah. Yeah, so there's an opinion for you. Don't open carry, you idiot.
Do we need to play the video of the guy getting his Glock snatched right out from underneath his shirt?
Yeah.
Maurice is real tough on the internet.
Oh yeah,
real tough guy,
classy guy. Riley, anyone else check out the new merch they got? Here, check it out right here. Just drop the link in the chat. Check out our new merch website or scan that QR code.
I bet Maurice hasn't seen his own dick in years.
Nate's back.
Maurice is like, y'all are fat. He's sitting there eating Cheetos at fucking 10:45 in the morning. Sitting in mom's basement.
Be careful. He might tell you he's thinking about buying land.
Oh, yeah. Or his mom's dead.
Yeah.
His mom's dead. Oh. You didn't deserve that, Maurice.
Jordan, what's up, guys? Just found you. Great job. Keep it up. Thanks, Jordan. Thanks for being here. David says, I'll still buy a Glock at 1917. Won't catch me with a 320. Full auto pistols are pointless for anything other than grin factor. Yeah.
Oh, well, suppressive fire.
Yeah.
Sassy said people like Maurice have a vag.
He's gonna end up with a Glock V series.
Yeah.
He's gonna wait outside the store.
He's gonna camp. He's gonna camp out in front of the store. Yeah.
Bet you he carries a Sky.
Jay Irish. Glock is the gun equivalent of herpes. No matter what you do, it will never really go away. Yeah, that's a good one.
You had to bring up the herpes.
That's funny.
Yeah. I'm probably way behind in the comments. I am.
Yeah, I always find it interesting.
Where's Fox at? Fox is out there making big money deals and racking it in and being a super baller.
Yeah. In fact, I talked to him yesterday, I think today though he's being a fireman, so
Okay.
he's doing the first responder stuff. But other than that, yeah, Fox is super busy. We've tried getting Fox on the last 3 or 4 lives.
I can't even get the boy on the phone.
Yeah, if I text him, it takes sometimes it'll take a day for him to get back to me. Fox is a busy guy right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, if anybody's going to handle that kind of schedule, it's Fox. Like when you watch his videos and he's all like wide open, that is literally Fox. He is that chaotic in real life. Which there's a small part of me that loves it, but at 10 o'clock he needs to turn that shit down. I'm old. I need sleep. Like, definitely a good dude to go out to the bar with, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Ammo Alchemist. Fox is my favorite gun tuber. He's like 80s action movie hero.
Yeah.
Dude, go give Fox some love. 100%. Fox is after talking to him yesterday, Fox does a really good job consistently putting out content, but he's just falling victim to whatever YouTube is doing behind the scenes right now. And I mean it genuinely. Like I personally like to consume Fox's content, even if I didn't know him. I would watch his stuff. And
I mean, I think I don't even think Fox realizes it, but he's a future like YouTube superstar.
1,000%, 1,000%. And also, after actually getting to meet him in person, and you realize this is the same guy off camera as he is on camera, but his mind is so different than ours. But his work ethic is phenomenal. And just talking to him yesterday, like he's got hundreds of scripts written out for future videos. Like he's got years worth of content already figured out and in his phone and in his notes and stuff. So and I've seen it. I've seen him scroll through it, and
it's got that golden retriever energy.
Yeah, and in fact, I mean he comes up with that stuff, and then like on the fly he'll come up with something. And so like you said, Nate, I think he's a powerhouse. Like he should be around forever. I know he's getting a little discouraged with how YouTube is treating him. So if anybody on here isn't following Foxtrotter, it's Foxtrotter6 on YouTube. Foxtrotter is the number 6.
Watching one of his review videos the other day, and he was reviewing like an Enforce light, I believe it was, and he had it mounted on a rifle. And so he's like, I don't just put this on my gun and like leave it there. He's like, I'm going to test this thing out. And he took it and he threw it out in the backyard in the rain and waited 24 hours and went and picked it up, and it was still working. So he decided it was good enough to put on his rifle. And I thought, man, like he does so much practical, like logical brain stuff that it would benefit any gun owner or gun person to listen to him for a little bit. Like he was even telling a story about situational awareness, being at a
laundromat, I think
a car wash. I think it was a car wash maybe. And some young girl walking up to him asking him for change, and like he was thinking from her perspective of safety, like, why are you just walking up to some random dude, little 16-year-old girl? Like, today's world is a crazy place, right? I mean, he just has a very different way of thinking, and his personality is like very conducive to being someone who is 2A, a firefighter, a self-defender, a hunter, because he's going all the time. So his situational awareness is always on. He's always scanning, looking, analyzing. You may not realize it because he's such a personable person, but he's doing all that in the background,
Right. Yeah, I hate to admit that I'm still working on editing our range day video from Goals, and I'm way behind. I'm just so swamped And my video is actually starting out with Fox going through this. I had no idea Elle had filmed it until I started watching the footage. And it starts out with Fox going through his truck and showing everything that he like just a one bin in his truck, and him pulling out, and everything he says, he's got a legitimate purpose for it. And you kind of go, well, I'm an idiot for not having that in my vehicle.
Yeah.
And the way that Fox it's simple, it makes sense, and it's got everything can be used for way more than one thing.
Yeah.
So, he does.
I would be surprised if this time next year he has over 1 million followers. Because he has that ability to just captivate his audience, but like also make them feel like they know each other. He's very I really like the videos where he's just talking to the camera, sitting there staring at the camera or taking a walk on his property talking to the camera. I really like those videos because you get to know the real Fox and what he's like, how he thinks.
And he was. It took a little convincing for him to do that. He did not. He didn't want to share his personality. He didn't think his personality was worth sharing, and he didn't. He always kept the cards close to his chest. He didn't want to let people in. And I was like, dude, especially after beating you, I was like, you gotta. I'm like, just walk and talk, man. Just walk and talk. Do something that you would normally be doing, and just share your opinions.
Yeah.
So even his live video, I don't know if you've ever caught one of his live videos because he does them few and far between. His live videos are a riot. I think he does some of the best lives on YouTube.
Yep, I totally agree.
The other real credit to Fox's personality is Fox has done a lot more tactical training than I have. And when I was talking about a weapons light I put on my AR, and when I was describing why I picked that specific light, he was like, dude, I never thought about it. Lights are big and bulky, get caught on all this shit. And I'm like, that's why I got this. It's some cheap $32 light off of Amazon, but it's got 2 buttons, one for strobe, one for on and off, and that's it. And I love how simple that is, and it's streamlined, so it fits. It probably comes off the side of my rail maybe an inch. And it's
real slim. Yeah. Super slim.
And his ability to go, all of my thinking was different from this, but this is good thinking. That is so, in my experience with firefighters and people who've trained heavily, they're always like, I know what I'm doing. I put all this training in, but he'll actually stop and listen and he'll go, that's a really good point, but I like this better. Or I never thought of that. I'm going to try that. And that the ability to basically say, I may be wrong and I'm going to look into this is.
He's not your typical Daniel defense owner.
So, no, he's not.
So
or HK.
No, if you went to him and you were logically giving your opinion, like if you thought High Point works the best for you, whether it's the AR or carbine or one of their pistols, if you went to him and gave him a legitimate, he's not going to insult you. He's not going to I'm not going to listen to anything you say because you mentioned High Point. He'll listen to you and he'll talk it through with you, and he'll either convince you by the end, or he'll be convinced. So he's phenomenal at that.
The comments are going crazy right now.
Yeah, they are.
Maurice is getting destroyed in the comments. Crispy Boy just said, I only breathe through my mouth to avoid the smell of dick on your breath, Maurice.
Crispy Boy.
Oh,
Thanks
shit.
for being here.
Oh,
that's
shit.
awesome. But yeah, real quick, I know I'm way behind here, but I was hanging on to this comment. Jay Irish, I would actually like to see a sit down between you all and the AK guy about this. Maybe we're I don't know, we're not cool enough yet, I guess.
He's talking about Brandon Herrera.
Yeah.
Well,
Dustin enjoyed seeing him in the airport.
No, bear in mind, I don't know him personally. I literally saw him in the airport. His love for AKs is endearing to me, but he walks like Sylvester Stallone out of Rocky 1. Like he doesn't walk; he saunters. Like he sachets, and it's.
Okay. Car camp here. I got to read this one. I used to carry all the time, but I just got to the point of leaving one in all the vehicles and one in the toolbox at work. You might want to rethink that.
Well, I mean, they're locked. It's not.
Even if the vehicle is locked, that doesn't count.
No. I meant if they're locked up.
Right, but even so, yeah.
Like,
I get what you're saying, but car camp. I hope you have them locked in an actual like safe. Sassy Maurice is gay.
Yeah, I'm just reading all these comments.
Yeah.
something like Barney's. The rapid vehicle safe bargain.
There you go. Get one of those. Mr. Wagner, I got to swing by and check out the shop next time in town. I'm down in Waukesha, so it's a little hike to get up there. Yeah, swing by. We've Nate, I don't know what it's been, but like this last week, we've had quite a few fans that were from out of state that came in.
That's really cool.
It's been really neat. I don't know. It was kind of weird. It was weird for me because we were seeing a dip in views and YouTube and everything, and I just kind of I was just like, oh man, we're not getting any attention here. And then we had an influx of fans showing up, and so Mr. Wagner, if you do show up, we really appreciate that. We want to see you, but don't be shy. Ask a lot of the fans that show up. They love taking photos with a battle axe.
Yeah.
So if we forget to offer that to you, just ask. You can take a photo with us in the battle axe. A lot of people like doing that.
Another thing people get a kick out of is they pick like 5 or 6 of their favorite shorts, and then they come in and go, "So where did you get that idea from?" It's like, bro, they walk through the door, and then we give them the story, and they love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta hop off. I gotta open up the store. I already had one customer pull on the doors. So
Was it a pull or a push?
It was a pull. It was definitely a pull.
Yeah, we're gonna hop off here too. So, but Nate, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Glad to be here. We haven't put out a whole lot of content lately, just because of shop stuff. We've been on trips and doing stuff, and but we're back now, and we've got some cool stuff coming. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Also, Ryan is not going to be here at the shop today, but he is set up at Pop's Knife Supply in Oakwood.
Ooh.
So if you're local and you want to go check out some guns that we've got set up, plus a bunch of cool knife makers and knives, head over to Pop's Knife Supply in Oakwood, and Ryan will be there till 5 today. So, otherwise I'm here at the shop. Swing by. I'll be here till 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well,
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, everybody, thanks for being here. We really appreciate it, and have a good, safe weekend.